chat. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see if this works. Let me know if you are back. Pardon the technical challenges that we are having. But let me know in the chat that you are back. The system kind of crashed out on me. I'm looking at my pop-out chat just to see that any of you responded. I can see that you are coming back. So yay! Thank you so much. Thank you, JLR. Okay, good. So you guys can see me. You guys can hear me. Michigan Red, thank you. JLR, thank you. Just as you come back in, let me know that you are back. I would appreciate it. Thank you, Wanda. And I'm so sorry for, you know, technology will be technology. And sometimes it happens. So, yay, we're back. Okay, so where I left off, I know someone said that you could have heard me, but you could not see me. But what I said, I don't know where exactly it cut off or where exactly I froze, but I glued the cover of the box onto the back of the box. And like I said, if you heard me, this is not going to come off now. Of course, for those of you who are going to use this, let's say for your events or your event planning, I would always suggest, which has been our method in the past, is to go in not only with your hot glue, but your E6000. The hot glue is going to give us our right now adhesion, whereas our E6000 is going to cure over time. So I would hit that with both. But thank you, Wanda, for your grace. I appreciate you. But just to make sure, and like I said, just, you know, in honoring your time, I'm going to put this together today, very quick, very fast, using my hot glue only. Now, the next thing we are going to do for this project is glue our mirror in. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to make sure, and very carefully, that I take off these felt paddings that are on the mirror, because what we want, of course, is that surface area, and we want to make sure that when we put our hot glue down, the hot glue or the mirror is being stuck to the inside of that box as opposed to sitting up. And so to do this, you want to make sure that you take off this sticky padding that is on the mirror to give you no interruption to the surface of your mirror when you put that glue down. Okay, so I am taking these off with a razor blade, or rather an X-Acto knife. I've had these for so long. Typically these don't take, you know, they're not difficult to come off, but because I've had these mirrors sitting, I tell you, for years, that adhesion, you know, is really on there. And so it's taking me to use a razor to get it off. And of course, without trying to injure myself. Once you've done that, it's just a matter of throwing those away. And then I would suggest, because we're going to be working in a tight space, that you clean your mirror first, even before putting it in there. Okay. Hey, One Way, I see that you're here. Thank you. Yes, I am back in YouTube land. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, so now to affix this in my mirror. Now let me say this. Because your cover has been glued on, you want to make sure that whenever you're working with this, you're not working with it like this, okay? It really wouldn't matter. Well, yes, it would, because the bow, the legs of the bow are facing down. So you want to make sure that whenever you're working with your box, and some of you may say, well, in that case, perhaps I'll wait to put the back of, the top onto the back of my box for the last step, and you're welcome to do that. But if you do this step first, I like to do it first, just get it out of the way. That is done. Make sure that your legs of your bow are facing down with every step. Okay, so now that I've made sure I've situated that, and you will see why I say that the way I need it to be, I'm going to place some hot glue on my mirror, of course outlining it first, right? And then crisscrossing in the middle. Again, what you need here is surface area. Okay, this is the top. So I'm going to put my mirror down. Okay, now this is a 5-inch mirror. This box is a 6-inch box. So you're gonna see, okay, how I've placed it. So I placed my mirror all the way to the top of the box. This is why I said it was very important that I made sure my legs were facing down. So this is the top of the box, and my mirror is all the way glued down to the top. Because this is a 6-inch box, you don't get the coverage all the way down to the bottom, but that is okay, because by the time we go in with our floral foam and we put our bouquet, our flowers in there, you won't see that missing or that negative space. Okay, so once your mirror is in there, you can leave it for a few seconds to make sure that it sets. Again, hot glue to get that right now adhesion, and your E6000, so that will cure over time if you're planning to use this for any length of time. All right. Oh, thank you, Deborah Murray. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. It is good to be back. All right, so here we have it. Second step. First step, putting your back on. Second step, laying your mirror. Now, what I'm going to do is take, of course, my floral foam, and forgive me for not taking my plastic off in advance. But what I'm going to do now is show you just very quickly how, there it is, I measured for the placement of this foam. So your foam is going to sit middle in the bottom of your box like so, right? But I'm going to use my mirror tape to outline the sides and the top of this box to give it that glitter, that shine, and to make that box, whoever's looking at it, it will give the box a bigger look, okay? But to make sure that I'm not wasting my mirrored tape, what I'm going to do is measure, maybe I do it this way, okay? Use my pen to make a mark to see just how far I need that mirrored tile to reach. Okay? And I don't know, no, it's flashing back. You won't be able to see my pen mark. But that pen mark tells me exactly how much of this mirror tile that I need. Now that I have marked it, it is fairly easy. I'm going to go in, measure exactly how much of this I need. I'm just checking to make sure we're still on. I'm eyeballing it, and this gives me about, I would say, 4 inches. Okay. So now that I've done that, I can cut my first one. I can cut my second one. So I have that. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the top. Just using the top of the box to see how much of that tape I'm going to need. Eyeball it, and I lost my space just that quick. All right, here we go, right here. And this is going to be my top. Okay. So the top of my box, the size of my box. Now, if you see here, okay, no, here, I was right. If you see here, even with 2, 4, 6, 8 rows of that mirror tile, there's still some white. So I am going to cut now, maybe another 4 rows. Yep. Just to make sure that I'm covering the whole side of that box with mirror. Okay. So this matches this. Now tell me, what have you guys been doing since I have been gone? What are some new developments in your life? While I'm working, you guys can chat with me or chat with each other. Yay, go Bengals. Thank you, Anne. It's glad to be back. Hi, Lucy. Thank you, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm cutting this, and look, I cut it and I didn't need to because this would have sufficed for the both sides. So now I'm finished with this. All right, so we are now ready to line the inside of our box. Yeah, I'm just checking to see if you guys are saying anything. No one is really saying anything. So I'm just gonna keep working. But yeah, let me know what have you guys been doing since I've been away? What is new? What has been happening on YouTube? What have I missed? Anything in particular? Okay. What you just saw me do was take off the adhesive, or sorry, the tape that is on the back of the mirror to get to the adhesive sticky part. And then in conjunction with that, I am also using my hot glue. And that should suffice to hold this down. And just because we know, hi Patty, just because we know that glass absorbs heat, I'm using my silicone finger glove to make sure that I'm not burning myself as I press this down, and that's what I forgot. I'll get back to that, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing for the sides. Aw, thank you. Aw. Thank you for that sentiment. You know, it really hasn't been the same without you all either. I really missed my craft, and I missed our time together. I missed making videos and having those videos come out, which, you know, I will get back to that as well. But it is good to be at my craft table. It is good to be, I'm trying not to get burned, y'all. It's good to be spending this time with you. And it's good to be making things again. Really, it has. Oh, I remembered when you got those puppies. Surely I have not been gone. And let me just show you this. Now, this goes back to why I said we needed 3 of these, because you see the weight of the mirror. So we have to make sure when we are ready to make our base, the mirror or the base that we're using is going to be able to withstand the weight of that glass. Yeah, Gerla, I remember when you got those puppies. They are 2 years old already. What type of dogs are they? If I remember, were they pit bulls? I don't know. I guess you'll tell me. But yeah, I do remember when you got the puppies. I do. All right. So 2 layers of the mirror down. On this side. And I'm going to do the same for the other side. Oh, everyone is doing, look at me. You guys can laugh at me because I'm laughing at myself. I thought that I picked up my X-Acto knife, and you see I'm trying to do this and wonder why it's not working. Because I picked up, oh gosh, I picked up my black pen. So yeah, everyone is doing Valentine's. Guys, I can't believe the year just started. Now, I teach, and most of you guys know this anyway. And I have just found that, for the record, coming back from our winter break, January is just a long month, right? And it has typically been that way in all of the years that I have taught. Last year, the time went a little faster than usual. But this year, I remember having a conversation with my best friend, and I remember saying to her, the middle of January is next week. The 15th is next week. That means January is halfway gone. And we both sat and we talked about it. It was like, oh my gosh, yeah, for some reason this month just seems to be flying by when typically January is a long month. And now look, we have 1 more week left to go, of course, God willing, before January is over. So I'm just amazed at how fast time is going. It just seems that time is running away. And so this is why I'm a very huge proponent, very huge champion of, you know, making the most out of your time, not just spending time to spend time, but spending time to create memories, spending time with those that you love, spending time to make sure that, you know, the time we have been gifted here on this earth is not wasted. That is very important, of course, to me. Like I shared with you guys, I lost my dad, you know, 1.5 years ago. It's about to be 2 years in June. And to me, I just can't, you know, believe how his life, you know, just ended just like that. I spoke to Daddy the night before. Everything was fine. We laughed. Daddy, I love you. He's like, you know, Daddy's girl, you're Daddy's girl. I love you too. Have a good night, you know. And then the next morning he was gone. So from that experience, I just say to myself that time is too precious, and I refuse to waste any more, you know, time that I have been gifted here on this earth, because it runs away. And before you know it, you know, we'll be in June. Before you know it, God willing, it'll be December of 2022. Before you know it, we'll be in January of 2023. So yes, Valentine's Day crafts are, of course, in season. I do have some ideas for those as well. However, I might hold back on that. Just thinking, because I know that, and not that I missed the window, but you know, we tend to, as crafters, jump on things the, you know, 2 months before the holiday actually comes. But I do have some idea, and I can imagine all of the beautiful things that are already out there. So thank you for letting me know. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Maricela, thank you. Thank you for being here. Yes, I have my creative juices. They've been flowing. That part of my brain, small breed Chihuahua. Okay, so okay. But I do remember, yeah. Hi, Teresa. Glad you're here. I do remember when you had those pups. I do. Okay, so here we go. So the inside of our box is lined, and you can see, even though just by looking at it, not complete, of course, you can see how beautiful that it is in and of itself. Just the inside of that box with the mirrors itself. Okay, so now that we have created that part, we are ready to go in with our floral foam. And same thing, similar to what I said about the mirror, we're going to place this in the middle of the box. Now again, if you notice, there's some negative space here, negative space here, and that is because when we put in our flowers, the flowers that we're using are going to be so big, these roses, that they're going to take up a lot of that negative space. So we didn't need an entire piece of floral foam that was going to go from corner to corner, right? So now to place this floral foam down on the bottom of our box, outlining the edges, and then of course crisscrossing in the middle. As you can see, I am now going to place this in the middle of my box, situate it where I need it to be before I start to press it down. And once I do, voila, it's in place. Beverly Alexander, yes, I miss Craftmas too. Craftmas is one of my favorite projects that I do all year, and I had some ideas for my Craftmas, but again, it was the holidays, and the holidays are just different with without the ones that you love, and I couldn't stomach it, if you understand. But God willing, this year, if I'm here, we're all here, there will be a Craftmas this year. So we will get back to it. I promise you all. Okay? Oh, wow. I didn't train my Chihuahua. Well, I take that back. My daughter's Chihuahua like that. We didn't train him like that to go to bed at 8 o'clock. But I remember, and he still does it now to an extent, but there was once upon a time where we would be watching TV, and and at 10 o'clock, I don't know how that dog knew. I guess it was his instinct. He just knew that it was time, and it was always at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, he would get up from his little, doggy bed that's with us in the living room. He would get up, he would walk 2 steps, to the stairs, to get to the stairs. He would look back at us like, what y'all doing? It's bedtime. And if we didn't get up, he would walk up the stairs and put himself to bed. We didn't have to say go to bed. We didn't have to, tell him it's time for you to go to bed. But he did that for years. He doesn't do it so much so now, but it was just the funniest thing to us that he knew it was a bedtime and he needed to go. My condolences, Maricela. Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. It really and truly is. Okay, so now that we have our box, okay, what we can do now is, and either way you can choose to go whichever direction. You can put your legs on first, or you can set your flowers. And very simply, what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see, but I'm going in on the diagonal, okay? And with that, you can already see that negative space that I told you guys about is gone. You can't see it because of how big that flower is. So going in on the diagonal, okay? These flowers, like I said, they're a little older, and I haven't pulled them out in a long time. So they do look a little older, but it's okay. Okay. And just using your flowers to, starting from the back, making sure you're filling in your spaces. I'll fix the petals a little later. Okay. And then working towards the front, going in with those flowers or the stems on the diagonal. And working backwards. I should probably look in the camera to see. Okay, going in on the diagonal and getting those flowers situated where you want them to be. And because this is a 6-inch box, it's really not gonna take you a lot of flowers. So like I said in the beginning on the other line before it cut off, this might take you perhaps 1 bunch. I would say, to be safe, 2 bunches of those Dollar Tree. 2 bunches of those Dollar Tree flowers. It just depends on how full you want it. I need to fix this one. I don't like the way this looks. Maybe that one is too big. So I'll put you here. And I'll put you here. There we go. Okay. So voila. Oh, my dog doesn't watch TV. He doesn't watch TV. He doesn't, how can I say? And I don't want you guys to think that I'm a weirdo, right? But he doesn't talk on the phone. You know, there's some dogs who have that phone sense. You know, so if you're talking on FaceTime and somebody's talking to them, they look at the phone. Yeah, no, he doesn't do that. Doesn't watch TV, doesn't have phone sense, he doesn't like to take pictures. So when we put the camera on him to take his picture, he turns his head every single time. So it's almost like if we have to catch him unawares, he's just a weird dog. And now that he's older, I call him my little, you know, ornery old man. He's just weird, and he's always he's a Chihuahua. I don't know if I said that, but just always been that way. He's just a strange animal. It's weird. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. For those of you who perhaps would want to just have this sitting on your table, wherever you're going to use this, you can. I would just recommend that instead of placing the flowers all the way to the bottom of that foam, that you lift them up maybe about 1/2 inch so that, let's see if you can see, okay, perfect. You can see it right here. So that the box, where am I, will be able to sit flush. Sit flush on the table. Okay, so because I put these right at the bottom of that floral foam, it is kicking up. So this is what I told you. This is why we're going to use those 3 cordial glasses to make sure that we're countering the weight of the glass as well as the weight of the flowers, the kickback of the flowers. So now that we've created our box, the last thing we have to do is you guys, you see, I know why I missed you guys. You guys are just the best. I have the best community of viewers here on YouTube. Yes, I said it. Sorry. So hot glue, I would say, of course, hot glue and E6000 to get that right now adhesion and then that cure over time. And if you can see, well, you probably didn't see with that one, but I'm placing the legs right where the lid of the box meets the box itself. Just taking my hot glue, going around the rim of, yeah, you know I'm talking about you. He's crying to get out. I'm looking to see where the mirror join in the back, so I make sure that that is the back of my box. Is at the back of the box and not at the front where your guests will see it. Oh, this one met almost perfectly. Okay. All right, and for the last one, here we go. For the last one, we're gonna put this one in the middle, but slightly above the other two. Okay, press down a little bit, and here we are. This is what it looks like when it's done. Now, I didn't have any green, any flowy green, but this would be awesome as well with some pieces of flowy green just cascading to the table if you had any, right? Or if you had any that could come out the side, like big leaves that could come out the side of the box, of course, you would be able to embellish this any way that you like. The last thing that I would like to do, because you guys know that I'm a lover of my crystal and my crystal dongles, is having your dongle, of course, having your greening pin, and just going right in between those flowers, in the middle, smack dab in the middle, which I'm hoping that's where this is. Pressing that greening pin down into your foam. And voila. So yay, a simple product. Simple, easy, quick. I use different flowers for this one. These flowers are a little bigger and I would go back in and change them. I prefer how these smaller flowers are standing straight up and are a little fuller. I might probably work a little bit more with this arrangement to see if I can get the flowers to stand up a little bit more, but here we are. A pair of these. So you can create these. Like I said, if your guests are sitting at a 6-foot table, 9-foot table, perhaps having these going down the middle of the table, one facing, you know, that side and the other facing this side. And the reason why, like I said, I liked with the lid is that even though there are no flowers here, okay, they won't be able to see the flowers, but they still have the decorative cover that they can see. So that's one idea. And then if you're having if you're using these for a nighttime event, you could get the Dollar Tree, the little tea light candles, battery operated, line them with your rhinestone ribbon and simply put them under each one of these, and then they'll flicker in the night, and that will create for some warm ambience as well. Yes, it would be. Definitely. Thank you so much, Michigan Red. And like I said, very easy. Very, very easy and simple craft. Yes. Thank you, JLR. Oh, thank you. No, I haven't lost my mojo. Thank you, Maricela. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So yes, simple project. Like I said, let's count. Let's $1, $2, $1, $2, $3 for the mirror. $2 if you get 2 bunches of flour, that's $5, right? And if you're going to line yours, you'll pay for your mirror tape. And of course, I'll put the link to this product below when the video is ready for replay. But maybe you'll pay $20 for this. It just depends on how big a roll that you get. But by the time you cut the pieces that you need, that's, you know, pennies on the dollar. Pennies, a fraction of what you paid for it in its entirety. So, you know, even if we say $6 for this whole thing, you can't go wrong with this craft at all. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad that you guys appreciated this craft. It is very simple. Oh, and of course, if you use the crystal dongle, I've had these for a while. I can't remember. I know where I got them from. They were Amazon's. I'll put that link too. And they weren't pricey when I got them. But I will put the link so you guys can find them. But like I said, you may not have to use these. I'm quite sure there's something you can find at the dollar store to substitute for it. But this craft is an easy craft. It's very beautiful. Spring is on its way. Easter is on its way. Summer is on its way. If you wanted these for a pool party, instead of using your pastel colors, perhaps you could use some bright neon colors. I mean, the sky is the limit. Now that you have the foundation, now that you have the dimensions, or the supplies rather, I should say, now you can go in and definitely make this craft your own. So say it with me. Why buy when you can DIY? Guys, we are back. We are so back. Can this be made with the boxes that have hinge lids? I would say you can. The only thing is you would have to, and that's an easy fix because now I'm seeing it in my mind. You would probably have to go in with some dowels. And yeah, you can do it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to find me a hinge box and see if I can do it for you. You'll probably have to go in with some dowels to make sure that it doesn't close on its own, to make sure that it stays open. And then just so that those dowels are not just obnoxiously placed, look like, I should say, they're obnoxiously placed. You can go in, you can spray paint them with some glitter spray. You can use some Mod Podge to put some glitter on it and then seal it with Mod Podge again to make sure that glitter doesn't come off. Yes, you can. The sky's the limit. You can do that. You can make this as glamorous as you want, and definitely using a hinge box you can do it too. I hope that answers your question, Deborah. Yes, it would be very pretty. And so like I said, now I have to go find a hinge box because I want to do it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Prayers to you as well. So my darlings, if there are no questions, let me know. What would you guys like to see now that we are back and we are ready to get this rolling? Are you guys amenable to crafting with me live on a Saturday afternoon? Would you prefer to see more videos coming back out? I know JLR says that he wants our dancing videos back. Definitely we will have to get that going. Tell me, what do you want to see in 2022? What ideas do you have? Thank you, Wanda. Very economical. So yeah, let me know what you guys would like to see. And of course, I am just a click away. You guys are awesome. I have missed you guys. It is so good to be back. And I am going to look forward to seeing you guys next week, Saturday, God willing. God willing. Oh, thank you so much, One Way. I appreciate you. Thank you. Blessings to you all. Listen, you guys take care of yourselves out there. You know, be safe. Live your life. Use your time wisely. And we will be here. We will be here. Thank you, Ghislaine. Appreciate you. And also videos. Definitely. Thank you. I would like to see your craft on a diva wreath. Wreath? Is that what you're trying to say? On a diva wreath. If it's a wreath, I got you. Thank you, Kizzy. God bless you too. Awesome. Yes, so I have to go find me a box with a hinge because now I want to do it. Live crafting. All right. And so what I can do with that live crafting is somehow, I guess I can post it in the community tab, let you guys know what items you're going to need for that craft, so that if you want to craft with me live, it'll be a true craft with me live. So while I'm doing it, you guys can do it too. I can get those supplies to you on the community tab, and we will shoot for that for next week. I'll try to get the supplies to you out on a Wednesday, let's say the latest on Wednesday, perhaps by Tuesday, or the latest on a Wednesday, and then Saturday night at 7, we can craft together a wedding series. Haha. You picking my brain. You picking my brain. Stop picking my brain out loud. Yes, a wedding series is definitely coming. A few Valentine's projects are coming. I wanted to, as I was saying, get to do my Amore series. Remember that time I did an Amore series, pretty much like I did Craftmas, but I don't think I'll be able to push that out now because we only have a week left to go in January. And that was, if I remember correctly, 14 videos back to back, just like it was for Craftman's 24 videos, a new video every day. So I've kind of missed the window for our Amore series, but there will be some Valentine's Day craft coming out. So I look forward to spending time with you guys. Thank you so very much for being here with me tonight. Thank you for all of the love and the reflection. I missed you guys too. And I look forward to seeing you guys, God willing, next week, Saturday at 7 o'clock. Good night, y'all. Take care.